Hello, welcome to today's The Word in the Flash. I'm Dr. Freddie B. Wilson. Today's subject is called The Brighter Side. Oftentimes we hear people complaining about their different circumstances and different situations. At other times, we ourselves are complaining about different things that we have to deal with. Today, I would like to offer a different perspective to your complaints. The tensions of dealing with certain problems in our lives would be lessened if we took on a different perspective related to the problem. When you're complaining about having to make car payments, look on the brighter side. You have a car. You won't believe the number of people who would love to be in your shoes to have a car to have to pay for and can't. When you complain about your job or the people on your job, take on a different perspective and thank God that you have a job to complain about. You won't believe the number of people who's out there looking for work. When you're dealing with having to maintain your home, thank God that you have a home to take care of. You would take on a different perspective if you only see genuinely the number of homeless people in this nation that wish they had a home. In order to get to the brighter side, you have to learn to seek the truth. Truth can vary within our minds. The important thing is to find out the origins of that information and determine its relevance. God can put things in our minds to do, but it's up to us to do the things that God has placed in us to do. We have to take some courage and actually move in the direction God is trying to get us to go. Keep in mind, God will never lead you to do something that's totally against his precepts he's written in the Bible. If something is telling you to do something illegal, you can rest assured it's the devil trying to get you to do something and not God. God will never go against his word. There are the things that the devil will try to put on our minds to do that will totally destroy us if we don't put that aside and leave it alone and don't listen to the devil. The actions behind these thoughts will keep us from reaching our intended destiny. The important thing is to get close to God so you can be able to hear his word and do his will. Sometimes even our own basic thoughts will cloud our judgment. We have to be able to discern our normal thinking and when God is speaking to us so we can go in the right direction. Learn the voice of God. We have to discern our own desires and the thoughts that God places within us. To be a true believer, you have to truly learn to let go and let God. There are things going on in your life that you don't understand. So try not to always understand. Just pray and let God guide you through those things. Let me tell you, God is glorious. God has a tendency to be able to put you in the place that you need to be, and you don't even know why you're there. Too many people are paying attention to the facts and not listening to the truth behind God's word. God's word will change any fact that you're dealing with in your life. God wants to show out in your life and show others what he's capable of doing if you just trust him. God's plan for you and what he wants you to do is not always about you. Look to the brighter side of everything and just be faithful and move forward in God's will. To follow God, you must be willing to serve. Not everyone will take heed and follow God fully. Many who do answer the call do not fully follow God's precepts and laws, not understanding why it's important to do exactly what God tells you and don't change anything. Also, when you do answer God's call, not everyone around you will understand what you're doing and why. It's not up for them to understand what God has led you to do. People will later wonder how you became as confident and as blessed as you are. Confidence comes from knowing the Lord and knowing that he will bless you regardless of your circumstances. Keep in mind, God will bless you in his own time. He'll show you to the brighter side. At a point when you realize you don't have enough savings that you had once planned, at least thank God that you had enough money to pay your bill. Bills overdue? Look to the Lord to show you how to get past your circumstances and he'll show you the way. We must be wise and seek the Lord in all we do. You need to quit relying on the man-made systems that we have grown to rely on. These include our intelligence, our education, our connections, our associations, our money, influences we have gained on our jobs and through our communities, and even our credit scores. I'm not saying that any of these are bad things. It's just that we sometimes give them more credence than we do to the Lord. Having the right kind of wisdom will lead us away from depending on ourselves or these systems. Proverbs 8:1-5 says, "Listen as wisdom calls out. Hear as understanding raises her voice. On the hilltop along the road, she takes her stand at the crossroads. By the gates at the entrance to the town, on the road leading in, she cries aloud. I call to you, I call all of you. I raise my voice to all people. You simple people, use good judgment. You foolish people, show some understanding." Put your trust in God, and you'll see the brighter side to all that you go through.